concept of Nidan, diagnosis in Ayurveda. Now we will discuss about etiology, symptomology, methods of diagnosis of diseases according to classical Ayurveda. Ayurveda divided conditions of diseases into 5 stages, which are called Panchanidan. These are as follows. Nidanam, Nidan means cause of ailment, etiology. Purvarup, pre-symptom of ailment. Roop, symptom of ailment, that is symptomology. Upasha, alleviation of ailment through proper treatment and management. By proper time, drug, food and regimen. And Samprapti, pathological amplification due to improper treatment and management. Pathogenesis. Ayurveda emphasizes on wholesome food and arrangement for maintenance of health. Mittahar, unwholesome food. Viruddhahar, contraindication food articles, and Mithya Vihar, unwholesome regimen, leads aggravation of those sorts. Therefore, these are called remote cause of diseases, and vitiated doses are called proximate cause of the same. This unwholesomeness of food may be caused by any contamination and contraindication of rasa, guna, vidya, etc. And regimen may be caused by violation of seasonal lifestyle. Means parinama, unwholesome conjunction of the sense organs with their objects, asatya indriyatya samjo, and mistakes of the intellect. Nothing can be formed without cause. Therefore, disease forms according to causes mentioned above. Each and every disease manifests some signs and symptoms. This condition is called rupa or symptomology. Initially, disease manifests some preliminary signs and symptoms. This condition is known as purvarup. Adequate awareness of the patient in this condition can prevent further development of the disease, and if any carelessness may lead to the rupa condition. Proper medical care in the rupa condition can stop the development of the disease, and it is taken the condition is called upasaya or cure. Any careless or management of above conditions may lead to the pathological amplification, means pathogenesis of the disease, and this condition is called samprapti. Importance of diagnosis. Charak says that the physician who treats a patient without diagnosis is confused and his success is not sure. He also says not to be very dogmatic about the classical text only. Rather, he showed logical think of all the aspects of diagnosis, such as dosha, condition of vitiated neurohumor, dusha, saptadhatu like plasma, blood, flesh, tissue, fat tissue, bone tissue, marrow tissue, seminal tissue, and cause of in case of male and ovum for the female. Desha, place of origin of the patient, kala, season of the growth of the disease, asatya, asatya means compatibility, sattva means psychological condition, balam, strength, bhaya, age, prakriti, psychosomatic constitution of the patient, agni, metabolic condition, ahar, food, and bhasar, appropriate drug according to above conditions and disease. The methods of examination. Ayurveda recognizes three types of examination for diagnosis. Pratyaksham. Pratyaksham means knowledge obtained by direct method. In this method, physicians examine with Gyanendriya sense, with eyes, looking for signs and symptoms, but touch, palpitation by hand, and hearing sound of voice and by smell. Number two, anumana means inference. Laboratory tests are included in this method of examination. This method is useful while direct method is not possible. For example, if a test examination cannot be implemented, such as test of sugar in urine, physical and chemical aids are used. Number three, optometric or follow-up test. Opta means an authentic authority who has written therapeutic books, classical books like Tarak, Sushruta, Samhita, etc. The description from the text of signs and symptoms and therapeutics is followed as authoritative guidelines or optopath. Interrogatory examination, case, taking family history, personal history, etc. are also included in this method. Purpose of patient examination. A patient is examined to know the following condition: Atra bala parigyanam, the strength of patient. B. Atra dosha parigyanam, the state of dosha of the patient. And C. Atra ayu parigyanam, the lifespan of the patient. Number one, Atra Bala Parigyanam, the strength of the passion. Dhitaram, Balam means immunity or body strength against the attack of disease. To know the disease, deterring mechanism is the body. Ayurveda recommended examination of following 10 factors. Number one, Prakriti, the psychosomatic condition of the patient is called Prakriti. Knowledge of Prakriti is very important factor to Ayurvedic doctors for diagnosis, prognosis, treatment of disease, diet selection, seasonal routine of the patient and selection of drug. The signs and symptoms of disease appear difficulty according to its Prakriti in patients with a well-balanced Prakriti and strong body and mind. Serious disease reveal light signs and symptoms. On the other hand, patients with less balanced Prakriti and weak body and weak mind, a simple disease can appear with severe signs and symptoms. The physician, having no sufficient knowledge of Prakriti, may prescribe simple drug in light doses to a serious patient with well-balanced Prakriti and strong body and mind. On the other hand, high dose of strong medicine in a patient with less balance and weak body and mind. So, to avoid doctor's error, knowledge of Prakriti is very essential. The number two, Chara, essence or excellence of part of body tissue. Tissues or dhatus of the body perform some vital functions and they go through certain changes while performing these functions. Unless parts of the tissue have no value for metabolism and these are considered as waste product or molasses and removed from the body by various systems. The useful parts that are extracted are considered the Shara or essence of the tissue. The Shara part perform important functions for the tissue. Such Sharas are very important to balam or immunity. Their signs and symptoms are as follows. Rasasar or essence of plasma or chyle. Rasa is the first dhatu or tissue. The person having oil form rasa dhatu is characterized by smooth, soft and lustrous skin. Their skin is clear and hairs are deep rooted and they are said to have a glorious presence. They are generally very happy, intelligent, healthy, enthusiastic, prosperous, and having long lifespan. Number 2, Raktasar, or essential blood. Blood is the second dhatu of human body. The person having oil form, Rakta dhatu, or blood tissue are characterized by redness and unaquousness in their nails, eyes, ears, mouth, face, tongue, lips, palm, shoulder, forehead and genitals, and these parts are lustrous. Such persons are usually happy, great genius, talent, proud, intolerant to hard or intolerance to hard work and heat, and their bodies are usually fat and having moderate strength. Number 3, Mangsasara. Number 3, Mangsasara, or a sense of muscle or flesh. Mangsa is the third dhatu or tissue of the body. Persons having Mangsasara or well-formed muscle tissues are characterized by stability, heaviness, and beautiful appearance. Such people have good musculature or prominence in the temples, forehead, nape and the neck, eyes, cheek, jaws, shoulders, abdomen, exhale, chest and joint. These people have patience, forgiving nature, and they are free from greed. Mangsasara people are always knowledgeable, wealthy, happy, simple, strong, and long life. Number 4, Madhasara essence of adipose tissue. People with Madhasara or well formed adipose tissue are characterized by profound unconsciousness of complexion, face, eyes, hair, nails, teeth, lips, urine, and face set. They are usually wealthy, happy, powerful, generous, and strong stamina. They are more sweeted than others. Number 5, Astisara, or essence of bone tissue. Individuals with Astisara or well-formed bone tissue are characterized by big head and shoulder, teeth, nails, and bone of jaws or strong. Such people are courageous, active, travel tolerant, very strong and long-lived. Number 6, Madhyasara, or essence of marrow. Persons with Madhyasara or with oil, formed marrow are characterized by softness in their organs, strength and unctuousness in complexion and weight. Their joints are thick and rounded. They are usually stronger and long-lived and healthy. They may have neuromas children. Number 7. Sukrasar, or essence of seminal fluid. Individual with sukrasar or oil-formed seminal fluid are characterized by gentle look. Their body bone, nails and teeth are white, unctuous and strong. They are usually fond of the opposite sex, have many children, are wealthy and honored in society. Number 8. Satyasar, or essence of physics. Satyasar, or essence of psyche. People having well-formed mind are characterized by extraordinary memory, devotion, gratitude, intelligence and purity, great enthusiasm, efficiency and courage. Such persons are valorous, good fighters in war, free from sorrow, sincere and virtuous to their duties. Number 3. Sarohanan, compactness. The term Sarohana or compactness of means firmness of the body through its well-developed tissue and joints by which body can perform functions normally and strongly. There are 3 types of Samhanan, like Susarahana, or strong and well-developed compactness, Madhya Samhana, or moderate compactness, and Abara, or weak compactness. Number 4. Pramana, body properties. Ayurveda mentions measurement of different parts of the body, such as feet, knees, thigh, abdomen, forehead, and head, etc. The standard measurement of the important organs of the body is considered as good for long span of life. Number 5. Satma, wholesomeness. Satma is considered as wholesomeness, food and regimen for an individual. If an individual is able to take milk, meat, ghee, oil, juices and foods and drinks of all 6 types of taste, he or she is considerate of good strength and immunity, such persons are compatible of facing difficulties and engaging in hard work. They are long-lived. A person is considered weak and lacking of immunity if he or she consume dry, non-contact foods and drugs, and only in few of the states such persons are incapable of facing difficulties and have a short lifespan. Persons of medium strength and immunity are those which mix between the former and later conditions. Such group of persons are moderately capable of facing difficulties and have moderate lifespan. Number 6, Shastra means mind or psychic condition. Ayurveda describes three conditions of mind according to strength. Prabara Sattva or superior mind, Vajja Sattva or medium mind, and Avara Sattva or inferior strength of mind. Number 8, Prabara Sattva. In this condition of mind, persons who endure are capable of bearing severe pain and tolerating all type of grievance without losing control of mind, even they have a weak body. Number B, Majja Sattva. In this condition of mind, persons to endure have medium abilities to tolerate pain and grievances. This group of persons can maintain a balanced mind at least in the presence of others who are in similar circumstances. Avara Sattva. Such persons are not able to bear pain and maintain mental equilibrium even in the condition of strong body. They are constantly afflicted by pain, fear, grief, greed, delusion, and ego problem. Such group of persons may become depressed, faint, giddy, mad, unconscious if they see their own blood or if they hear stories which invoke fear, hate, or words of terror. These weak-minded person may die in such situation because of the shock. Number 7, Ahar Shakti. Capacity for food intake. It is known to all that strength and lifespan are dependent on capacity of ingestion and digestion of food. Number 8, Vyama Shakti. capacity for exercise. Persons who are able to do their work, walk, and other activities of life, hard or normal, they are long-lived. Patients are asked to walk or run or jog for 2 or 3 minutes. Normal plus and post exercise are counted. The post exercise pulse should return to normal within 2 or 3 minutes of rest. Any delay in this test may result less Vyayam or exercise strength. Number 9, Vaya means age. Age according to Ayurveda is divided into 3 categories. Vaya, Balyam or childhood, including youth, Madhya or middle age, and Jirnam or old age. A. Balyam or childhood including youth. This is divided into 2 stages. Childhood or immaturity from birth to 16 years and youth from 16 to 30 years. In this stage of childhood, all the tissues and organs are immature and under development. In this age, kapha is prominent and the individuals cannot tolerate pain. In the youth stage, the body becomes developed but mind is not developed completely. B. Madhya or middle age. This stage starts from 31 and lasts up to 60. Body strength and mental faculties are fully developed. In disease stage and memory, intelligence and ability for action also become mature. Pitta is predominant in this stage. C. Jirnam or old age. This starts from 61 and lasts up to 100 years. According to Sushruta, this stage starts from 71 years. During this time of life, Vata is predominant and there is loss of tissues, strength, energy, valor, talent, understanding, retention and memory. Number 10, A. Atura dosha parigyanam. Know the status of dosha. Ayurveda is based on Tridosha Vijnana. So, it is very important to know the status or condition of doshas or of patients for correct diagnosis and proper treatment. Regarding this condition, the following should be considered by the physician. A. Status of doshas, vitiated condition of Vayu, Pitta and Kapha. B. Type of dosha is vitiated. Type of vitiation, place of vitiation, increase or decrease condition of vitiation. Number 3, condition of involvement srotas. D. Condition of Panchanidhanam. This part is already discussed earlier in the beginning of this chapter. Nidhanam, cause of disease. Purvarupa, predominal symptoms, Rupa, signs and symptoms, Upashaya, wholesomeness and unwholesomeness regarding Oshoda means drugs, Ahara means diet, and Vihara means regimen during ailment. Number 10b, Aturo Ayuparigyanam, lifespan of patient. The lifespan of patient is examined by the following methods. Number 1, according to physical signs and symptoms. Number 2, according to Arista, indicative of forthcoming death. Number 3, lifespan according to Ayurveda or Jyotish Shastra, astrology, including Samudrika Shastra, palmistry. Number 1, the lifespan according to physical signs and symptoms. Classical Ayurvedic texts provide signs and symptoms for long and short span of life. The following signs and symptoms are indicatives of long life. A. The hands, legs, feet, flanks, back, nipples, teeth, face, shoulders and forehead are large. B. Carpals and metacarpals are elongated. Number 3, expiration of longer than inspiration. D. Arms, eyes and eyebrows are long and large. E. Lips, penis and neck are short. A. Mind, voice, umbilicus are deep. G. Breast is not very hard. H. Ears are muscular and large and ear lobes are well formed. I. Joints are well covered with muscles. J. Sensory and motor organs are well developed and steady. K. The body is good, firm and compact. The following signs and symptoms are indicative of short life. A. Carpals and metacarpals are short and crooked. B. Phallus is very long. C. Ribs are compressed. D. Flanks and back are contracted. E. Ears and nose are located at an abnormally high position. F. Gums are open and visible when talking. G. Nystagmus in eyes. L. Lifespan according to Aristo in the Indriyasthana of Charaka Samhita. An elaborate discussion has been described in 12 chapters on the subject. Charaka asks physicians for examination of patients with yukti, means rationality, and apstopadesha, revelation about Buddhisman Aristo, psychic condition and Purusha Arista condition, somatic, should be considered according to Prakriti, normal, and Vikriti, abnormal, signs and symptoms. Partnering up Indiartha, Sarakhat described some oristas pertaining to Indiartha, subject of perception, Shabda, means sound, here it is voice, sparsha, touch, रूप, भीषण, rasa, taste, and gandha, smell. These are the subjects of the five grandiose sense organs. Any sudden changes in these organs without proper reason are considered as orista or sign of death. Number 2, pertaining to perception of Indriya, any opposite and non-existent things are perceived by sense organs are considered as orista under this category. Number 3, dushapram, bad dreams. Some bad dreams are also considered as orista under this category. Number 4, orista by Duta, messenger, a person who contracts a physician to visit a patient's home for treatment is called Duta or messenger. Sarak says prognosis and deterioration of the patient can be carried out by being the type of messenger. Number 6, Shubha and Ashubha Darshana, good and bad omens. Charak mentions some good and bad things on the way of patient's house when the physician goes to visit him. This may be a factor about his cure. This is the end of this chapter. Thank you.